Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. Tonight we are going for a beer from Vocation Brewery. It's a big one, which is this one. It is Rossøya, which is an 8% ABV sour Kveik IPA. And it is named after the most northern island in the Norwegian territories, funnily enough called Rossøya. And yeah, it says it's bracingly sour double IPA brewed with Norwegian Kveik yeast. And the important bits are the ingredients, and these sound rather tasty, I must say. It's got hops of Citra, Simcoe and Nelson Sauvin, all of which are utterly delicious, and the yeast, as mentioned, is Kveik yeast. And yeah, like I say, it's 8% ABV, and you got some really funky, kind of silvered and green, kind of depicting the crashing waves of an Arctic sea. Because that's where the island is. It's up in the Arctic Ocean. It does give you the coordinates right there on the can. Focus. Thinking about it, failing. Ah well, it's looking for me boat race. Can't find it. But yeah, so it's 3.6 units, 8% ABV, 440ml can. Direct from Vocation this week. So let's get it open and into the Vocation glass, funnily enough, and see what it's all about. See if it'll pull my arse up to my elbows. Is it that sour? So the pour is, oh, hazy. Oh, I like the look of that. Look at that. That there is a hazy, murky chicken soup of a beer. Yeah, there's no light coming through that at all. It's kind of like the Black Hole of Calcutta. It's just completely and utterly opaque. Nothing is escaping that at all. You had about a finger of white head that was, it's not overly compact and tight, but you know, it looks all right. The beer, I just can't get over how murky that is. That is chicken soup, ladies and gents, in a can. That's not beer. We'll end the review there. No, we won't. Anyway, let's have a whiff. Oh, yeah. Big pineapple. Huge pineapple. Loads of citrus. Overwhelmingly tropical. Like I say, pineapple, bit of mango, loads of the lemon, a little bit of grapefruit. It's all wonderful. There's a bit of gooseberry as well. Real tartness to it on the aroma. I like the look of it. I love the smell of it. What's it taste like? Let's find out. Cheers. That's delicious. It is tart. It's very tart. There is big citrus fruits in there, and it's quite orangey as well. I was quite surprised. There is pineapple. There is lemon, huge amounts of lemon, and it's like a sherbety, sort of sugary. And that sounds right. It's not sugary. It's like a zesty, sort of sherbety lemon. That effervescent lemon. That's the word I was looking for. Pineapple is there, 100%. It's nice and cleansing. It does, ladies and gents, pull your arse up to your elbows without a shadow of a doubt. Doesn't taste like the 8% though. That really is quite tart. I'm enjoying that, every little sip of it. And I can't drink an awful lot of proper beer, ladies and gents, as you know. But this one I'm going to sit and enjoy. You've got a pithy bitterness on the back end. It is that grapefruity bitterness and that pithy lemon. You know, I mean, I'm one of those kind of sort of sadists who just sits there and eats fresh lemon. Just slice it up, eat it, sort of rind and all. It's delicious. I love it. And this has got all of that kind of attributes, that sourness, that sharpness, that beautiful sort of citrus edge, and that bitter lemon and the bitter grapefruit. It's wonderful. And once you get past that huge, intense sourness, there is a real pleasant malt in the background. It's subtle, very subtle. I mean, it's being kind of absolutely destroyed by the intense citrus and sourness. And I say destroyed. I mean, I say that's the wrong word to use. It's dominated by, in a good way, those flavours. That's really nice. Body on it is spot on. It's a little bit more than medium. The mouthfeel is smooth. It has got a little bit of effervescence to it, and that's kind of expected in a sour beer. They tend to have that kind of tingly sensation on the tongue. It is bloody wonderful. Yeah, I like that. The finish is ever so slightly where you get a bit of a burn from the alcohol. It doesn't taste it in the beer itself. It's all on the back end when it hits your throat and sort of fades away. The flavours do, and you're left with a little bit of that burn. It's nice. That's a banger. I enjoy that a lot. Better slow down on that one because I can't, like I say, have too much of it too quickly because of my tablets. But anyway, I'm going to give it a bit of a score. So before we give it my score, we're going to go to the Untapped Aid Memoir, which says 692 people have checked in with an average score of 4.05, and it looks as though they're all pretty much in agreement with me. It's beautiful. But what are my individual scores? Let's consult my scoreboard of joy. So the looks, it is chicken soup. In a glass, it's murky as hell, and when it poured, like I say, it had a white head. The head is kind of inconsequential, really. Your views are all distracted by the contents of the glass below the headline, and they're just wonderful. You know, it's that murk, it's that beautiful, solid absorber of light. Wonderful. I can't fault that. It looks delicious. Gets the whole point from me. The aromas. Well, you saw my initial reaction. It was just pure joy. There was that big pineapple. And it's a sweet pineapple on the nose. And then you get some of that sort of lemon and that zesty, sherbety thing going on. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. The Nelson Sauvin is kind of obvious. Citra too. Simcoe brings a little stone fruit edge. A little bit of mango in there. But all told, it's an utter joy on the nose. Doesn't give you any clue about the arse to elbow situation that's about to follow, but it's bloody wonderful. It gets a full one from me. Body, it's got some. It's got plenty. It's got just what you want. It's substantial enough to support those strong flavours and just let it linger in the mouth a little bit longer than a lighter bodied beer would do. The mouthfeel is really nice as well. It's cleansing in as much as it's quite dry, but we'll cover that more in the finish. But the body is absolutely spot on. I can't fault it at all. A full one there as well. Taste. We know taste is king, and Vocation are at the very top of their game when they're making things like this. They really are. This is utter delight. It's boozy enough on the back end, but it's tropical enough in the front, and then you get that kind of rip-roaring, rip your face off, arse up to elbows sourness, and it's wonderful. It's one that you sit and it's. I saw it described on Untapped as a bit of an assault on the senses, and it is. It's one of those that you can't just sit and take a bit. Well, you can obviously, but you wouldn't want to sit and swig in big mouthfuls because you can't appreciate it quite so much. In sort of 3 or 4 mouthfuls than you can sipping it slowly and enjoying it. And that's the sensation I want to enjoy. That bit where it gets you right at the back of the jaw and everything just tightens up. That's what you get with this beer, and it's lovely. I can't fault it in any way, shape or form. It's going to get the full one from me. And we come to the finish. But thankfully I've got more beer left, so we're going to have another taste and get the finish. The finish on it, with it being sour, it is where you get a kind of that thing going on, and it's dry. It's a really dry finish as well. It's got all the tropical flavours, but they are kind of the sharp end. If you imagine like you've got your sound wave, you've got the bass end, the middle and the treble. This is all kind of up the zingy treble end. It's really sharp and beautiful. That's where the Nelson Sauvin's coming in, and it's playing kind of a wonderful tune all over your tongue. It's lovely. It's relatively sort of in the middle of sort of the longevity range. But then as that all fades away, you're left with a real subtle hop, and it's just a joy to enjoy. So much so I'm going to have another one before I tell you the score. Yeah, so I look for longevity on the finish, and this has got plenty of it. Could do with just a little bit more, but that's just me being greedy. So that's the only place I can knock it ever so slightly. I'd just like it to last a little bit longer. I'm going to give it the 0.75, which gives Rossøya 4.75 out of 5 on my Untapped scoreboard of joy. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it's an incredible beer. Really is. It starts with funky artwork. It finishes with a fantastic flavour in your mouth. And let's be honest, if you've not tried it, you really should. So we're going to say, ladies and gents, down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do. And you've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And let me know in the comment section if you've tried this rather delicious, puckering beer. And let me know what you thought of it. On that note, I'm going to go and drink the rest of it and get the video uploaded for your viewing pleasure. I'll catch you again soon for another one. Bye.